everybody. Welcome to my Common Sense Living podcast, where most people don't have common sense, and I'm full of it. So anyway, today I am fascinated for the guest we have, Tom Paladino, and he's talking about an energy I've never heard of. So of course I'm fascinated. He's a scalar energy researcher based in Florida. Scalar energy is a fundamental life force found everywhere in the world, space, and universe. It originates from the sun and stars. Chia, prana, om, mana, life force, pyramid energy, or zero-point energy are synonymous terms for scalar energy. He theorized that all energy in the universe initiates as scalar energy, and that the sun of our solar system and the stars of the universe are the points of origin, the storehouses for scalar energy. He further theorized that scalar energy is instructive energy, as the entire universe is instructed by this divine essence. Subsequently, all spiritual, cognitive, emotional, and physical action in the universe is initiated and maintained by scalar energy instructions. Scalar energy provides order in the universe. So that is just fascinating, Tom. I'm going to let you have the floor and enlighten me and my listeners as well.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. We're going to speak about what some people call Tesla technology or zero-point energy. I call it scalar energy, scalar light. What am I referring to? It's the energy of the sun and the stars. We're not speaking about electricity. We're speaking about the energy of the sun and the stars. This is the energy that's responsible for all action in the universe. Now, I have worked with this energy for years, for decades. I've been fortunate enough to develop instruments. I'll show one of the instruments. I'm pointing to the instrument. That's a scalar energy instrument that can capture that energy from the sun and the stars. Now, the reason I use energy, and the reason I'm so, if you will, happy to say that this is effective, is when we work with something that's fundamental. Energy, light is fundamental. We can more or less guarantee the outcome. Energy is fundamental. And in so doing, if we can control that energy, harness it, and then, if you will, utilize that energy to our benefit, I've experienced the benefits of soul, mind, and body with this energy.
Wow.
To put this into context, these energy instruments can improve our soul, our mind, and our body in that sense of information. That is, it's a non-physical information system. It's intelligence, or some people might call it consciousness. So to review, I don't work with electricity. I work in a different dimension, the scalar energy dimension. This is a new branch of physics. There's no physical form here. It's all intelligence. It's information.
Yeah, better than AI.
Yes, yeah. And the reason I use information is I don't have to worry about chemical consequences. There's no biological consequences. I work on a higher order of the non-physical realm, the realm of intelligence, or the realm of consciousness. Okay? So I know that's a lot to digest, but that's how we're going to start. So I'm going to demonstrate this instrument. This instrument is operating. It's powering now. It has a lot of energy. I can feel it with my hand. I'm going to demonstrate how this acts like a miniature star.
Question.
Yeah.
You can feel it with your hand. Does it have heat, or is it just like a substance, a push?
Like a push. Very good. Yeah. Like a push. It's a force.
I do energy healing work.
So, well, that's, a lot of people have healing hands. Yes. That's scalar light. Their hands have scalar light. Okay, so you're familiar with this. Frankly, people have great expertise in this, but they just don't realize what it is. When you think, it's a scalar wave. When you have healing hands, that's those scalar light healing hands. That's a scalar wave from your healing hands. Okay, so to demonstrate how does this instrument work, it acts like a star. If a star can illuminate, light up, then this instrument can light up a light bulb in my hand.
Wow.
Yep.
And it's not even screwed in. Wow.
That's right. Right. So this energy, if you will,
Oh, something's not.
Permeates my laboratory to the point that, again, I could illuminate a light bulb in my hand just by holding that light bulb close to the instrument. So this is a miniature star. My instrument acts like a miniature star.
But Tom,
Now,
there's
put all of that into context.
Wait a minute, Tom.
How do I operate?
Tom, I think they're going to have to cut on this or something because your voice is going,
Yes.
but your face isn't, and whatever. Are you aware of that?
Okay. No, let me redo this.
So I call that
Okay.
the devil.
So I'm going to demonstrate. So we are working at the realm of spirit, non-physical information. And with that, we can do so much in this realm of spirit that we cannot readily achieve at the chemical, biological level, so to speak. Okay.
Limitless. Where
Yes,
biological would have limitations.
yes. As physical beings, there are limitations. That's why I never work with physical human beings.
Yeah.
I only work with force fields, energy fields on photographs that are unlimited. Now, put all of that into context. When I work with people, this instrument will perform certain functions. Everything I ask it to do, it will do because the instrument is working through an energy field. I'm going to hold up a photograph of niacin.
The chemical?
That is a photograph of vitamin D3, niacin. But I don't administer niacin as a chemical. I administer the energy of the photograph. Again, this is not a chemical process. So I take a photograph of niacin and I place it side by side my photograph. The two energy fields communicate. This is the new science.
Oh my God.
In which I don't take multivitamins. I don't need them. I don't ingest a multivitamin. I don't physically take a multivitamin. I receive my multivitamins energetically through a force field on the photograph.
Wow, this is going to blow people's minds.
Yes.
I'm pretty enlightened, I thought, but wow.
Now, I've got nothing against, I'll be very clear, I have nothing against people taking vitamins.
Yeah.
I've taken them in the past. I don't take any vitamins today.
Yeah,
I
you
eat well, and
Yeah.
I get my vitamins energetically and my antioxidants energetically. Okay? So this is the new way of looking at health. Not physical health, quantum, non-physical health. Not the health of a person, the health of their force field or their energy field. Now, Newtonian physics has never defined this. Western medicine does not define an aura or a force field. You could speak to the medical community. They do not define auric force fields. They do not define scalar energy force fields. That's
No,
okay.
They medicate you.
Eventually they will,
Yeah.
because this is a new science. And I'm trying to make this clear that my work is groundbreaking. I have nothing to do with Western medicine. I have nothing to do with Newtonian physics. I work in a new branch of physics that's never been defined. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yes, thank you. And I have great results. Why? The energy is the healing, animating force. It's not me.
Right.
When I work with an energy instrument, energy is fundamental. Energy is not subject to human interpretation. Energy is not subject to any type of, if you will, biological reaction. Energy is supreme. Energy dictates everything.
So me doing healing touch on a person or an animal,
Yeah.
and I work with the chakras. So
Yes.
my hands are the instruments of God, and so his energy flows through me into the
Yes.
animal. The animal uses it the way it needs to, or the person.
That's correct.
Yeah, because I have no control. So it's the same
Yes.
principle on a smaller scale than you.
Exactly. That's the analog to my work. Your hands are scalar light healing hands. My instrument is a scalar light device. And this is why those today who are open to this realize that there is an animating force behind healing hands. It's scalar light, it's scalar energy, it's divine.
Yeah.
And you put it appropriately, it's not you, it's God.
Right.
If God can work through your healing hands, that's God's animating force. This instrument controls the God energy, the light of God.
Mm.
It's not me. So there's no human input here. And that's the key. That's why you and I are successful. We
Right.
don't put our ego into this. We don't try and interpret healing. God is the divine healer.
You let it flow.
Yes, you don't get in the way.
Right.
You step out of the way.
Oh, gee, this is just, oh, mind blowing. It's awesome.
And you, the fact that you're a student of this, you understand this. What you've achieved through touching, through healing hands, I've mimicked, if you will, through an instrument, through an engineered instrument. This opens up the new science, not only of healing, but of free energy. This opens up the new realm of communication by way of scalar energy. In the future, we won't use cell phones. We can communicate with the God force. This opens up a new realm, if you will, of learning. We can learn by way of this energy. This energy can impart information. So I envision in the future, people will learn by scalar energy that will be used in every classroom. It's intelligence. Why not download? Why not impart intelligence?
So I'm trying to think here, like when I was in Haiti and I called it back to Iowa and it was my birthday. And I said, hey, Mom, thanks for having me. And she says, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm sick in the dog. I think I rinsed my toothbrush, right? And she knew it. She knew one of her daughters was sick, but she figured it was my sister in Iowa. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That we call our intuition?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, that's great.
This is an intuition machine.
Yeah.
It's non-physical intelligence, intuition, prophecy, healing hands, clairvoyance, creativity, deduction. We finally have an understanding now of the non-physical universe. It's scalar energy as the animating force. Now, what is a brainwave? It's a scalar wave. If a thought can traverse the universe at a flash, if a thought is all-encompassing, then scalar energy can move about freely. Scalar energy is not bound by time and space. This is not Newtonian physics. This is a new branch of physics. This is a new branch of philosophy. This has never been properly understood or studied. Okay, so what most people have learned in academia at the university level by way of electromagnetic energy, that's valid. Much of that is valid. This is a new science, and we have to start learning this new science. This is not taught at the university level.
No, they're not going to allow it if they can help it.
You're right. It intimidates them.
Right. Well, just like magnetic engines. I was at a meeting here, and one of the guys that worked at the SpaceX was there, and he did a presentation, and I asked him, so when are magnetic engines coming in? And he kind of looked off into space. He said, oh, about 15 years. So yeah, it's there. It's just being suppressed.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because there's no money in it.
You're right. There's no money in it. Now, Nikola Tesla was the first man, in my estimation, to create and harness scalar energy. Tesla had scalar energy instruments, and he was able to demonstrate free energy. He could harness the energy of the stars, and he could illuminate light bulbs as I have. So why aren't we using that Tesla's discoveries? He lived over 100 years ago. Why aren't we using that?
Yeah.
Well, I think we all realize the answer to that.
Right.
There's no money in free energy. And this free energy intimidates the powers that be.
Right. But it's coming. It's coming.
Yes, it is.
And it's not going to be very long.
You're absolutely right. And thank you so much for being so positive and seeing the big picture here.
Oh, well, I'm a light worker. And I have my intuition is very keen, and it's developing stronger and stronger. I know things before it happens. Not all the time, so there's my human doubt in there yet, but just like the the evil going on in the world now. I look
Yes.
at it like a pimple. We've all had them. We've all been irritated by them. They come, they go, they fester. You can do the hot water treatment and it's sore and irritation, but it will not heal until it gets that white head and pops. We're at the white head stage. We haven't popped yet.
No,
And it's going to be a hell when it does, but it's going to be short-lived because the devil can't win.
you're right. You're right. God's goodness always comes through.
Right.
So this is my goal in life, and obviously it's your goal in life. We want to improve the human condition. You want to see humanity improve.
Mhm.
This type of technology should advance the human race. We should see significant improvement.
Right.
And if we do, well, we'll give the glory to God. And the key is everybody benefits from this, not just the people, not just the owners, not just those who control the monopoly. Will be free energy for humanity. Everybody should embrace this concept. Scalar energy, scalar light will liberate the world.
Mhm.
One of my goals.
Yeah, that's great. And I understand on a smaller level than what you're doing. I get the concept, but so many people think that I'm, kind of, oh yeah, sure. My own sister thought, it's devil stuff. I said, no, it's not. I have no control. And I tell people that I just have the energy flow into me, through me, into you. You use it as you want. And I was here in San Antonio, and a friend of mine in Iowa had a brain tumor, and I worked on him, distance healing, and I saw that his head was full of them. He had more than just one, but it's people think that I'm nuts, and I wear that. I'm 74 and aging younger. It's attitude, baby, and I eat well. As well, 80% I'm organic, 20% I'm human, because you can't get away from the toxins. But anyway, sorry.
No, good for you. Okay, so now that we realize that there is validity to this science, my goal is I want to prove this. I have a website which anybody can upload, send us your family photographs, get their permission, and I'll treat you for free for 15 days.
Wow.
And what I do during those 15 days, the chakras are balanced, the brainwaves are balanced. For 1 hour a day, I treat people for what I call a brain balance or a chakra balance, 1 hour a day. And then the second hour number 2, I can take magnified photographs of microbes. This is the herpes virus. And I match up the herpes virus to my photograph. So there's a sharing of information. Remember, my work is informational. There's no biological consequence. And if my force field had herpes, this photograph of herpes would be identified in my photographic force field.
And how would they identify? Would the picture of them light up?
Well, not necessarily light up to our naked eye, but the instrument, the energy per se, would find the herpes signal in me. It's consciousness, and consciousness knows what it's doing. You don't have to program the light.
You could do it with cancer too?
We've got a new process that I'm going to try with cancer.
Blowing me away, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it is. And why? Because we're not working at the physical level. We're working at the level of consciousness. The photograph of herpes has a level of consciousness or a signature. We find the herpes signature in me, which is intelligence. The instrument then will not only identify herpes, but negate the signal, the energy signal. So we can nullify herpes through scalar energy. That's all we do. We negate it. We don't touch the physical manifestation of herpes. There's no proteins or there's no electrons involved. Scalar energy is without mass. There are no electrons or protons, or there are no molecules or no proteins. There's no, if you will, physicality. We work exclusively at the level of intelligence. This is what modern day science cannot explain, that you can work without protons or neutrons or electrons. If you look at most descriptions of physics today, it's electromagnetic physics. that demands a physical construct. There has to be some type of physical mass. Scalar energy is massless. There is no mass. And that's what's difficult for many people who try to ascribe electrical principles to scalar energy. The two are separate.
Yeah, and we've been so honed into this way of thinking and don't think out of the box.
Correct.
And if you do, you're crazy. Yeah, right.
And this is how people are controlled by the one world order.
Exactly.
If you think outside the box on your own, if you have common sense and you are capable of deduction, of critical thinking, then that's dangerous in this world.
Right.
Because the one world order wants robots. They want dumbed down people.
Well, I'll warn you, I already have 2 strikes on YouTube, so this might not get, because I tell the truth. And they might not like what we're talking about today, but it'll be on other.
You can't suppress the truth. The truth, eventually most people see the truth and they'll accept it. You cannot suppress the truth forever. It's foolish.
Right.
It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you just look worse when the truth comes out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It makes you look like a buffoon. Of course. Yeah. Okay. So what are we speaking of here? It's much more than this program that I've designed. This will be a new, fresh start for humanity, in which will no longer be, if you will, encumbered by the military-industrial complex. We'll no longer, if you will, have to answer to the families of the Illuminati. We finally have free energy. We're in control of our destiny. No longer will the cabal control us.
So does one of those machines have to be in everybody's house, or how?
We're gonna have to introduce this first to the world. It's gonna take a few years for me to get this information out there. Thank you for this podcast.
I want one.
Well, right now, I'll work with you or anybody by way of the photograph. I have limited funds and limited time, so until this becomes a household word, we have to work through that limited scope. But you're right. This should be incorporated throughout the world. The world needs to embrace this. You're absolutely right.
Well, I'll certainly advertise for you. I'll tell you. The energy community, you said, oh, yeah. I've got a big mouth.
You're quite adept. You've done your homework and you're open to. You and I do not discount Newtonian physics. We do not discount the electromagnetic realm, but we know we're open to the other realm, which is that of healing hands or consciousness, or what some people call scalar light or 0-point energy. Now, I want to demonstrate that I believe in results. And the only results I have for your audience are testimonies. Why? This has never been done before. And nobody has ever duplicated my results. Nobody has my instrument. Nobody can duplicate what I've achieved. Until people duplicate my results, you cannot compare my work. There's nobody who can either prove or disprove my engineering work, nor the results that I'm achieving. So for the present moment, my website has thousands of testimonies. The testimonies speak volumes. The testimonies are the only way I can prove that this works. Yes, that's subjective. Yes, that's anecdotal.
You're not coming.
But it's proof.
Yeah, okay.
And the proof is forthcoming. Oh, okay. Let me repeat that. The only way I can prove my work is anecdotally through testimonies. Here's one of the testimonies. I worked with a woman who had herpes for years. She submitted her photograph to me. By the way, I never met this woman. And after I worked with her, she presented to me a PCR test that she had. And her PCR test doesn't show any viral load for herpes.
Yeah.
Additionally, the woman states that she doesn't have any symptoms of herpes. Now, this cannot be proven by Newtonian physics. Why? This is not Newtonian physics. So the medical community cannot prove or disprove this. Why? It's not medicine. This is not electromagnetic theory. This is a new theory. And we have to rely upon the word of mouth or the testimonies of people. That's the key to my work. Thousands of people have stated that they feel better. That's the proof. That's the only proof I have right now. There's nobody in the world who can prove a photograph.
Mhm.
That requires a new understanding of physics. Okay, Newtonian physics does not recognize force fields, scalar energy force fields on a photograph. I've never read that it has.
Wow. Are you or someone you know dealing with blood sugar issues like diabetes? You can lower, even reverse these issues. I lowered my A1C from 5.9 to 4.9 in just 6 weeks. My doctor was impressed. I'm a nurse, certified health coach, and educator. Gift yourself or another with this course, Taming Diabetes Differently. Change your life and theirs. Contact Ann Lemaster at tamingdiabetes@yahoo.com or call 972-948-9976 and be sure to leave a message. So I will send you my photo, and I think I'll even throw in my aura photo just for kicks.
Okay, please do that. Please do that. Please do that. I'm going to share with your audience some favorable results, and I'll have your audience decide what they think. We do a lot of pro bono work. I work with Christian missionaries around the world. This is a photograph. This is a photograph from Delhi, India. That's an HIV/AIDS clinic by the name of Om Prakash. Om Prakash is an HIV/AIDS clinic. And everybody at this clinic who submitted their photograph to us is feeling better. We've worked with over 5,000 people at this clinic in Delhi, India. After we work with them, nobody has a viral load.
Wow. Ooh.
Nobody has a viral load. Here's one of the test results from Om Prakash.
Wow.
This individual goes on record by saying they feel better. They gave me a verbal testimony, and they provided their PCR test. There's no viral load. Now, you cannot explain this, once again, by medical science. You cannot explain this by Newtonian science. This is not medicine. This is not Newtonian science. This is a new branch of physics that's never been adequately defined. So it's open to discussion. And I welcome any discussion from any serious-minded person. There are no peer-reviewed studies. Why? No, I have no peers, and nobody's ever demonstrated this. Nobody has this instrument. Nobody has my working knowledge. So this is cutting edge. I'm the first person in the world doing this.
Wow, you're the Tesla of our modern day.
Yes.
Wow.
I continue on with Tesla's work. Sadly, very few people have continued on with Tesla's work, and very few people have a functioning scalar energy instrument. That's what it takes. So I say to the people of the world, look at our website, read the testimonies. All of those testimonies were freely given. There's no influence on my part. And then we let the world come to the judgment. We let the world say, well, is there merit here? Is this meaningful progress? What's going on? Let the world come to that judgment.
Wow. I had no idea what this was going to be about, but it is. And I've got a pretty open mind, but it has really blown my mind. It is just so, do you know who David Wilcox is?
Yes, I'm familiar with David.
Yes. I love the stuff he talks about too. So, cutting edge with him too on several things. So, yeah, people always said it's woo-woo that I'm listening to and stuff. I just call it what you want. I just know it works for me. Wow.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And I appreciate the work that Tesla has accomplished. And there's another scientist that I've studied. His name is Hieronymus. And this is over a century of progress. A century, not of opinion, a century of engineered instruments that control this energy and have demonstrated, have shown demonstrable results, repeatable results. So again, we're working with fundamental energy. Energy never lies. Energy never makes a mistake. This is our future.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The timing is so spot on.
Oh, the world needs it.
Oh, big time, big time. And with what's coming and who's going to be left on Earth and all that, and to heal the Earth and the people and the animals, everything. Yeah.
Thank you. I concur with you. Okay.
I want to thank you for how did you get into this?
God told me to do this. I was obedient to God, and God made it very clear this is what I should do.
Oh, yeah. How old were you when you started?
I was probably 11, 12 years of age. When I started reading about Tesla, I was a youngster.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yep.
I'm speechless. I want to know more, but I don't even know what to ask.
Well, I'll continue. It's not a problem.
Okay.
I don't, no hard feelings. I don't expect people to have proficiency. This is cutting edge.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the only one in the world with this cutting edge approach. This is my unique approach. I'm not saying that there's not other people who study scalar energy, but my approach is unique because my instruments are unique. Okay, I'm going to explain what I think in theory is happening. I'm going to hold up. That's a photograph of the HIV virus. It's magnified. It shows the virus, but most importantly, it shows the molecular intelligence, the atomic intelligence of the virus. Wow. Everything has intelligence, including the molecular intelligence. If I place the photographs of people from India, from Om Prakash, from the clinic, next to the photograph of the HIV virus, there's a sharing of information. Again, this is not a chemical reaction. The energy, the signature of HIV is found in the people or goes into their force field. Call it what you will. There's a communication between the force field of HIV and the force field of the people. Remember, I only work with photographs. I don't work in person. If any of those people had the signature of HIV, the energy instrument would find HIV as a signal and eradicate it, bring it to a state of chaos. So the energy negates the intelligence of HIV on the photograph. I'm going to repeat that. This energy instrument identifies and negates HIV consciousness or HIV intelligence.
So it kind of kills it.
Yes, I believe, but I can't prove that, Ann.
Yeah.
Because nobody can see this with their naked eye.
Right.
You can't feel it. It's all done, if you will, under this belief system that everything has consciousness, including viruses.
Well, if anybody believes in God and they pray for a miracle and the miracle happens, same kind of thing.
Yes.
Prove it.
You're right. So my work is very much miraculous. It cannot be proven by modern day science, but it's demonstrable. How many people can prove a miracle? Very few people. Most people have to accept it by faith. So if people only want to accept this by faith and they don't like my scientific theories, that's fine. How can you prove healing hands? Well, you can just say, I accept the fact that God gives healing to some people through healing hands or through prayer, meditation. Or you could try and explain it by saying God emanates or broadcasts scalar light, divine light from the hands. And the actual placement of hands is really the placement or the force field of God's healing. So many ways to look at that, so many different interpretations. There is not one interpretation. There is not one dictionary. There's not one group of people who have all the answers. So this is an open-ended discussion, an ongoing discussion for centuries to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. That's a lot to chew.
Yeah.
And me being open-minded, and I'm
It's
chewing,
fascinating.
so
It's fascinating.
I can imagine how the
Yeah.
audience is going to react to this. We're going to touch lots of hearts on this one and open up some minds. Mm.
For sure we will. Yeah. So we're revisiting bulbs at a distance as I can light up. Tesla was able to operate a car with free energy. And that car, if you will, performed in a rather expert fashion without any type of combustion. That scalar energy car maneuvered throughout the streets of Buffalo, New York, flawlessly. Why? Because you can count on the energy of the stars to do anything. And Tesla used that to power a car. So we have to go back to the great work of this scientist, Nikola Tesla. His work is really pivotal. I'm trying to follow up with the work of Tesla today. And we're looking at this, this, if you will, this new technology. Mark my word, this will change the course of history.
Yes.
This will change the course of history.
Yeah, it will. Ah, yeah, when I get the goosebumps, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the website is scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com. Those of you who are watching, try our program. It's free. There's no obligation. You're going to upload. All we need is a facial photograph. You can send your photo, family photos, photographs of your pets. I have 2 dogs. I treat my dogs all the time. My dogs are healthy. Why? Because I balance their chakras. I negate germs. I negate microbes. My dogs have always been germ-free. I believe this new technology, once it catches on, will be working with hundreds of millions of people through their photograph.
Wow.
One of
Repeat the site.
this instrument could work with 5 million photographs a day.
Wow. Repeat the website.
Scalarlight.com. I'll spell it. SCALAR light, LIGHT. Scalarlight.com.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'll turn the rest over to you. I think it's pertinent that we try this. Please, those of you in the listening audience, try it. And then maybe down the road, maybe 6 months, 12 months down the road, let's do a follow-up, Ann. Let's see how people experience this.
Yeah.
I don't expect people to understand this from the get-go. It's groundbreaking. It's my groundbreaking research. Try it. You experience it. Those of you in the listening audience, try it. Sign up for the 15-day session. It's free.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll, yeah, what have they got to lose? Nothing, a world to gain and nothing to lose. I know so many people that
Right.
MS and all this kind of stuff and how they're struggling with all these different things and, that just, yeah. And they don't even have to eat healthy food for it, right? That'd be better.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't have to change anything. You don't have to change your diet. Again, with consciousness. And all you have to do is send us a photograph. The age of the photograph doesn't matter. Obviously, you can't have an allergic reaction. When I'm working to not have any negative consequence, there cannot be any allergic reaction. We're not working at the biological level. We're working at the non-physical plane, the spiritual level.
Right. Yeah. Just like when you have the priest pray for you on your sick bed or whatever. Yeah. And
Yes.
if people are doing that now, you know, it's the same thing on a human concept, you know,
Yes.
the suppressed human rather than the one that expands your mind and opens up new opportunities.
Yes. This is the realm of spirit, as you said. If a priest prays for you or anybody prays for you, that's non-physical scalar energy.
Yeah.
It's the intelligence of God. It's divine light. And now we have a firmer understanding of prayer, meditation, why it's so important. Well, if
Mhm.
I can demonstrate a prayer instrument, if you will, a meditation instrument, and it works, then people should what? They should incorporate prayer and meditation in their daily lives.
Right.
Bravo.
Right.
Bravo.
Wow. Boy, when this expands good, you're going to have to use it on the whole environment.
Yeah, I firmly believe the day is coming where we will be working with millions of photographs on a daily basis, and I'm fine by it.
Yeah.
Bring them my way. I want to help people. Bring them my way.
So where are you, in Florida?
Yes, I'm in Florida.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I was going to say, move to Texas, doggone it. I'll work with you.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
really? Yeah. Yeah. Texas is a nice town, nice place.
Yeah.
Nice towns in Texas.
Yeah. I'm originally from Iowa, so uh that's where and my father was a Marine during World War II, so you know I got the right upbringing.
Mm.
So
Yes, you did.
yeah, yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
And I went in the service when I was 31. I took a leave from my job in National Guard, and all the discipline I was raised with, boy, did that save me in the service.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, good for you. We could
yeah.
use more of that today.
Oh, I know, I know. It'll come around. You know, it's just like everything. It flows this way, and then it goes back that way. You get over
Yes, it
here and it's
does.
too messed up, so then you come back to what worked. Yeah. Wow. I am at a loss to ask more questions because I'm just so fascinated. I wished I'd have known what this was more about. I'd have said, honey, come in here and listen. Now we just have to listen.
I don't expect you, man. It's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
I developed this process. This is not taught also in a broad sense by academia. It's only hinted at.
Yeah.
No, academia might call it longitudinal waves, but they don't address this. They should. This is of merit. This energy is very real. It's as real as the stars. Well, why aren't we teaching this at the collegiate level? We should.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're bought.
Yes, they are bought.
Yeah.
Yes, they are bought. And you're not allowed to go off of a script, so to speak.
Right.
God forbid you go off of script and then you challenge the military industrial complex. Well, they don't want that.
No. No.
They don't want that. They want to control us, but you and I are much smarter than that.
Yeah. They can't control us. They can suppress us to a certain extent,
No.
but what's going to come out is going to come out. They can't stop it. Oh, and it's so nice to have like-minded people. So, okay.
Okay, let's do this. Well, let's follow up on this. Let's maybe in 6 months or 12 months down the road, we could have another follow-up interview.
Yes.
I'm all about proving any feedback. Maybe in 6 or 12 months, we'll have significant feedback.
Right. Yep. I'll make a note of that. Yeah. I might even pay you to do my cats. Because, well, they're 11 and
Yes.
one throws up all the
Yeah.
time and the other one is just a nervous wreck because they're both going to be 12. And then we have some that are 3, and Maxie, he's the teenage boy and he's throwing his weight and attitude around big time. And so she's so stressed. But I love cats. I'm allergic to them, but I love them. They're my children.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I never was blessed with my own. I had too many in previous lives.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. I don't have anything to ask because I just don't know what to ask. Proof is in the pudding, and I'm anxious to get that
Yes.
pudding stirred. So I'll look up some pictures and I'll send them, and maybe I'll cut you a check as well.
Okay, and include all your cats, and let's see how they do. And,
Yeah.
and then in 6 months, let's do a follow-up.
Will
Yeah.
do. I'll get that.
Again, I want to prove myself. That's why I give away the 15-day free session.
Oh, and I'm more than happy to help you with that. I'm honored, actually. I'm honored that you're on my podcast, and to say that I actually met this man who's, wow. Yeah.
Likewise, I'm honored. Thank you for being open-minded. And we share something in common. We're altruistic. We want to see the world improve.
Oh, yeah. When's your birthday? Or what sign are you?
February
what?
4th.
I'm the 9th. I knew it. Aquarius. I knew it. Cool.
I want to see the road condition improve. I'm all about changing the road for the better. That's why I spent my life researching, to change the road for the better.
I'm going to ask you a question that's off the script, but you are so fascinating, and I know you're such a busy man. I want to have my own summit of like-minded people, because I'm a speaker and author of the podcast, retired, the whole thing, and a nurse and a certified health coach. And I have a lot of people that believe in the energy realm, and they do stuff. And I thought, well, other than just a 6 months follow-up like this, I'd be wondering if you would be interested to present. You could do it Zoom even, I would think, just to get the word out.
Yeah, I would love to. Yes, I would love to. If I could do it through virtual Zoom, yes, on a telesummit, I'd love to.
Okay.
And that's the key. I have to present my work to a large audience, a broad audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's all education. It's moving uphill. It's an uphill battle because I have to educate people. And since I'm the only one in the world doing this, there's a lot of education that falls upon my shoulders.
Right. So a little bit by bit. Well, the podcast, well, I'm going to advertise this one big time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So with that.
Yeah, put me down for your telesummit. You keep in touch with me. You've got my coordinates. Please just keep in touch with me. Yes, let's work.
And tell Rebecca that.
Okay, let's work together.
Well, I would be honored. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, there's hope.
Yeah. Now, I want you to send me your family photographs. I'm going to provide you my private email. Just keep this to yourself.
Yes.
Okay. That's my private email. I'll wait for your family photographs. Obviously all your pets. Yeah. All your cats.
Right. My kitty cats.
Here's a photograph of scalar energy.
Wow.
It's the time-lapse photograph. It's a double helix, and it forms DNA.
Yes, you said something about DNA. I'm in love with my DNA. Wow. Wow. Woo. Hey, maybe I'll live to 900 at this rate. Maybe that's what we did.
It'll be the age of Methuselah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I guess we can.
God bless and copy my email address, and you keep in touch.
Thank you for tuning in to my Common Sense Living podcast today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you learned something new. Please leave a kind review and share this episode with a friend. And be sure to subscribe yourself. You'll find me on iTunes, Spotify, and other platforms. And don't forget, we'll be here again next week with another insightful episode of Common Sense Living. I can hardly wait.